beltless training. I know a few of you like to train with no belts sometimes in certain periods of your training, and obviously the best time to do that would be like an off-season, more general building block, further away from competition, because it's going to be less specific. Obviously, not using the belt is going to underload in some form, because you're going to be able to handle less weight without a belt. Do I rate training without a belt? No. Personally, I like wearing a belt. The belt is a cue. Not like I heard Strongest Man back in the day about holding your organs in. The belt is simply a cue for you to brace into. The analogy of like push your arm out in the air, you've got no resistance, push your arm against a brick wall, you get some resistance. It's the same thing with your abs. There's like EMG kind of ratings, people saying you stimulate your abs more when you've got a belt on because you've got something to push into. Again, I have done beltless training, and I've got abdoms and stuff, like front squats, no belt. That's almost an ab workout, which obviously has some utility for sure. But I just think that close to the competition, the belt should be worn pretty much all times. When should it be worn? Probably not until about 65%, approximately 70%. Again, that's just off the top of my head. But I usually don't put a belt on until, well, at the moment I'm putting it on a little bit earlier just because of my injury, and I want the cueing of bracing to be there present all the times, and I find it easier to brace with a belt on because it's got that cue. So I like to put a belt on squats as an example, about 180, 200, usually about 200, and my best squat is 270. So yeah, I don't think you should put the belt on when you're squatting a bar. And if you're a guy squatting one plate, no, probably not. So warm up a little bit without a belt. I don't think that's a bad thing. But it's 50. But I do not think you need to wear it all the time, especially not in your first warm-up sets and so on. And I think that closer to a competition, you should really be sticking that belt on, because you're going to have a lot more carryover. It's going to enable you to lift a lot more weight. I think it's a bit of a fallacy, really. Like, yeah, it's off season, I'm going to smash my quads, so I'm doing beltless high bar squats, and it's kind of like, yeah, well, maybe, but you're also not wearing a belt now, so that's taking, let's just say person A wears a belt on his high bar squats and does sets of 10 with 125, 130. Let's say person B does his high bar squats for 100 kilos because he's not used to not wearing a belt. That is tremendously bad driving, sir. Yeah, so person B is only using 100 kilos because they're not used to not having a belt on, and they feel like shit, it feels weird, not really sure what's going on, so they're using 25 kilos less for 5 sets of 10, let's say. So for 5 sets of 10, they get their legs, their back, and everywhere else is getting 25 kilos less of stimulus. I don't think that person is likely to grow as much as someone wearing the belt. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the legs are going to get taxed more with a little bit more weight on. So, does it have its place? Yeah, if you want to think, do you know what, I fancy going a bit lighter today, I'll leave the belt off. Okay, but I think for the most part you should definitely wear a belt, because you're gonna use more weight. And I understand it if you're thinking about underloading a little bit, i.e., limiting the weight on the bar by making it harder by taking the belt off. But that isn't really the protocol, and I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest. And I just think that you're going to get a lot more stimulus by leaving the belt on. I also think it's safer because you are cueing that breathing pattern and practicing that breathing pattern. So that's kind of my thoughts on beltless training, on belted training. Obviously, a belt is not going to be as useful the more upright the position, i.e. a high bar and front squat. It's not going to be anywhere near as useful as a low bar squat, where the belt is going to give you quite a bit. So yeah, I mean, just got to, and deadlifts, like you get a nice brace position at the bottom, probably less likely to get rounded if you know how to brace properly. I'm personally a big fan of the belt, not to be thrown on in the first few warm-ups, but it's definitely a good tool if you've got one to use, and I don't think you should throw it off all the time, because then you end up using such nothingy weights. And I don't usually wear I always have a belt on, so I'm taking 20 kilos off the bar, 30, 40 kilos off the bar, because it feels weird. It's like, well, now everything's getting 20, 30, 40 kilos less stimulus every single set, every rep. So, yeah, not a big fan. I think it has its place sometimes when you're feeling a bit beat up, or in off-season if it's when you give a go, but, ultimately I think you're going to get a little bit more stimulus by keeping the belt on. Anyway, I'm at the gym now, so just a couple of thoughts.